Hello and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. Well, today we continue through Matthew chapter 7. We're making our way through the Gospel of Matthew. And for those new to the show, the Daily Bible Podcast is a podcast where we go through every verse of the Bible. No verse is skipped, and we started December 1st with Matthew chapter 1. So we are taking our sweet time getting through the Gospel, and that's okay. So today's verses we're going to look at are Matthew chapter 7, verses 19 through 20. And over the past couple days, we see Jesus talking a lot about false teachers and good and bad fruit. And today is a continuation of that. So here we go. Matthew chapter 7, verses 19 and 20 say, "Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus you will know them by their fruits." Very powerful words of Jesus today. Very, very powerful words. So we should evaluate teachers' words and our own selves, even if we're not teachers even if we're not, preaching the word, if we're not teaching Sunday school, religious education, whatever the case is. This applies to all of us. We should evaluate words of Christians by examining their lives. So just as trees are consistent in the kind of fruit they produce, so an orange tree is going to produce an orange tree, lemon tree, lemon tree. A lemon tree is not going to produce an apple. Okay? Trees are consistent in the kind of fruit they produce. Good teachers, good Christians, consistently exhibit good behavior and high moral character as they attempt to live the Christian life. Now this doesn't mean that we go on witch hunts, because we're sinners. We will all mess up at one point or another. We need to exhibit that same grace, that same mercy, that same forgiveness that Christ has given us in these situations. So in these passages, when Jesus is talking about the bad trees, he means those who are deliberately teaching false doctrine. Those who say they're Christians but are making zero attempt to live the Christian life. They're going around cheating on their spouses, selling drugs, whatever the case is. They're doing things that are totally contrary to what a Christian should be doing. They are bringing scandal upon all believers when they do that. We must examine the motives, the direction they're taking, and the results they are seeking. You may recall at the beginning of chapter 7, Jesus said, "Do not judge, for all will be judged." There's so much more to chapter 7 than just that one verse. We tend to say that verse and say, okay, hands off. They're doing X, Y, Z. That's up to them. It's not up for me to judge. We're not to judge their eternal destination, but we are to give loving correction to avoid scandal brought on the faith. So if we have a Christian brother or sister who is doing something contrary and they know it's wrong, we must bring it to their attention in a loving manner. We are not to judge their eternal destination. That's God's job. So Jesus is talking about bad fruits. It's those Christians who are saying one thing but are doing another. These are those Christians who are in the pews every Sunday worshiping Jesus, saying how much they love Jesus. And as soon as they walk out the door, they get on with their lifestyle. Brendan Manning, who's a prominent Christian author, he wrote the Ragamuffin Gospel. Great book. If you get a chance to check it out, please read it. He said the greatest cause of atheism in the world today is Christians who acknowledge Jesus with their lips, and they walk out the door and they get on with their lifestyle. God forbid we be that. By the grace of Christ, let's ask for His grace daily, His mercy daily, His forgiveness daily, and rely on Him to live that Christian life that's going to bring honor to Him and be a witness to those around us. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Daily Bible Podcast, and as always, if you enjoy this show, please rate it, please share it. And if you have questions on the faith, if you just need prayer, just want someone to listen to what's going on, please email me at hopewithin18@gmail.com. I am more than happy to interact with you guys. And as always, I just thank you so much for listening. God bless you guys. Have a great day.